Hello, hello! Today is day 2 of our Reiki live video series. So yesterday we talked all about Reiki for awakening your spiritual gifts, and today we are going to talk about Reiki for awakening your or strengthening your intuition. So if you're hopping on live, say hello. I'm just inviting a couple people who asked that I invite them. Oh. Okay, let's see. Coriana, it's weird it's not showing you in here. So I did try to invite you, Coriana. And if you're hopping on, say hello so I can say hi to you. So I picked up Bella today. I told you yesterday that I had to bring her for emergency surgery. So she's home. She's very uncomfortable. She's whining a little bit, so I may have to cut this early, depending on if she settles down or not, but I wanted to make sure that I came on and chatted with you all today. Hey Mariah, missed yesterday but here today. Okay, awesome. Happy that you're here. Hey Tammy. Let's see, who else is on? Monica. Hey Monica. Oh, I don't know if you can hear her, but she's having a really tough time. So I'm going to stay on as long as I can to talk about Reiki. I may see if I can bring her down to hang out with my husband too. So if you're hopping on, say hello, hello. Okay, so today we're talking about how Reiki can open your intuition. I know she is in a lot of pain. I just gave her some of her pain meds, so hopefully that will kick in soon. Hey Robbie! So I'm going to be a little bit distracted, but I really wanted to honor this time and just share all this amazingness with you. And then after we hop off the call, I'm going to give Bella Reiki and all of that beautiful stuff. So Christine, hi Christine, I love that you do this right when I'm leaving work. Perfect timing. Okay. So let's dig into it. Reiki for strengthening your intuition. If you didn't catch yesterday's video for how Reiki can awaken your spiritual gifts, definitely hop on that. People asked some awesome questions. I did Reiki to your crown chakra, so if you want to feel what Reiki feels like, you can check that video. I'm also going to do a little bit of Reiki today as well to a new area. So feel free to ask any questions throughout this time, anything that's come up from watching the other video or from reading the comments. People have been asking great questions. I love to answer, so feel free. Okay, so Reiki to strengthen your intuition. How can it strengthen your intuition? It's very strange lighting. I turn orange and then I'm white. Okay, so what is intuition first is the best place to start with. So intuition is our ability to receive information directly from the universe. Our ability to receive information directly from the intuition and from the universe. You certainly don't need Reiki to access your intuition, but Reiki helps us strengthen our intuition, especially if that's something you've been craving, just that inner knowing, that connection to the universe, that ability to receive messages. Reiki is a beautiful way for you to develop this and really strengthen it. So if it's still hard to comprehend what intuition is, another word that we can replace it with is instinct. So strengthening your instinct, your instinctual feelings, what your instincts are telling you. Instincts and intuition are one and the same. So it's often that first thought that comes into your mind that's very different than the logical thoughts that follow. It feels very instinctual, very rooted in something ancient, like we just know in our bodies. If you don't experience that right now, it's okay. It's totally something that you can develop. And anybody that you think has a natural intuition, it's something that they've developed over the years. So it became a priority in their life for one reason or another, and so they've worked to develop it. And we all have the ability to develop our intuition. It just takes some attention, and Reiki can really help us provide the time and space to strengthen that intuition. So Reiki increases our intuition because it helps us connect to the universe. And the better connected we are to the universe, the easier it is to receive those messages. Because Reiki is a universal life force energy. So when we're learning Reiki, when we're practicing Reiki, we are accessing universal life force energy. So the more that we open ourselves up to the universe, the more that we're connected to that energy, the more easily the universe can send us those messages. It's like, okay, this person has got it, they're open, they are working with this energy, and now we're able to send them the messages that we've been trying to send them. So the more that you work with Reiki, the more easily you're going to be able to receive these messages. So this is a talk about the thoughts again, what it feels like. So when you begin to start to work with Reiki and you feel a thought pop into your head, that's your intuition. So the very first thought is usually our intuition and our instinct. And then often our logical mind will kick in with all these other thoughts of why that's not possible, why that's not the reason, or, you know, all the other things that come in. Our ego comes in, logical thoughts come in, but they feel very different. So Reiki helps you distinguish between that feeling because you're getting more connected to the feeling of energy. You're getting more connected to what things feel like, not what they think like, not what you think about them, what you feel about them. So the more that you can begin to notice the intricacies between feeling, the more that you'll be able to trust your intuition and even know what intuition means. So I thought it would be interesting to talk about the benefits of developing your intuition and what it can look like if you are not trusting your intuition. So if you're just hopping on, say hello. If you're catching the replay, say hello as well. And also feel free to ask any questions at all. I love this stuff. Okay, so what are some of the benefits of developing our intuition? Well, actually, let's start with what are some of the risks of not listening to our intuition. So if we go through life, hey kitty, if we are going through life and we're not trusting our intuition, we're not trusting our instincts, we're much more likely to feel stuck in our lives. We're much more likely to feel like we're in that place of afraid if we do, afraid if we don't. Kind of that feeling where you can't make a decision because you can logically talk your way into either direction or into all the directions, so you feel stuck. So a risk of not listening to your intuition, of not developing your intuition, is that you feel stuck and that you are unable to make a decision easily because you're using your logical thinking mind, and our logical thinking mind is very smart. Hey Trisha. So we're able to talk ourselves into a million different directions. Once we develop our intuition, once we're able to use our intuition, then we just know which decision is the right direction to go in. And we may not be able to logically explain it, but we know and we move in that direction and it works. And then we can leave the other ones behind. So developing our intuition really allows us to move forward in life with more ease and grace, a more natural flow. So some of the other risks of not listening to your intuition are that you put yourself in dangerous situations, or that you're always doubting yourself, questioning yourself. You don't have a lot of confidence in your own decision-making skills. All of these are things if you're not listening to your intuition. So what are some benefits of listening to your intuition, of developing your intuition? So some benefits of developing your intuition is you make better health decisions. So you begin to intuitively and instinctually react to your food, respond to your food, know what your body's craving, know what needs to go into your body, what's no longer serving you. You make better health decisions around doctors, following doctor's advice, health decisions in a lot of different ways. You also make better relationship choices. Hey Robbie! So if you're following your intuition and developing your intuition, you make better relationship choices. So either who you choose to be in a relationship with or how you interact in those relationships. It becomes a lot more easier to know what you need and what the person in the other side of the relationship means. And this can be romantic relationships, friendships, family relationships, all types of relationships, coworker relationships, anybody that you interact with. Your intuition really helps you come at it from a place of how you really want to be in this world, how you want to act in this world, and how you want to be. Your intuition will allow you to move forward in that way. So it also allows us to save time while traveling. So if you've ever gotten lost, or if you're not the best with directions, once you begin to develop your intuition, you really have a better idea of which roads to turn down, of which way to travel, of what maybe a shortcut will be. Maybe you're driving along and you're like, feels like maybe I should take this exit today instead. That's your intuition, that's your instinct, that's the kind of stuff that we develop when we're doing Reiki. We develop that strong connection to receiving information directly from the universe. We also are able to protect ourselves and our loved ones better because we are intuitively receiving messages about the best way to do that. So we may pick up a message that it's best, like when Bella started to feel strange the last couple of days, I just knew that something was off with her. I mean, even before she wasn't eating her food, I just felt like she's not acting like herself. So there's this intuition, and if you're really close to somebody, you probably already feel this. You can feel this with our pets too. We make a strong connection with them. So you may feel this on some level, and what Reiki helps with is to enhance it and move it to even deeper levels, really strengthening that power to receive information. It also helps us be in the right place at the right time. So just divine timing, divine alignment, that stuff happens more the more that you work with Reiki and the more that you develop your intuition. Also healing yourself and others. So intuitively knowing when you need healing, when you need to take time to do some self-healing, when you may want to reach out to somebody else to heal them. When you're actually healing them, the intuition comes in for where they most need to receive the Reiki, what kind of messages are coming through for them. If you guys have any questions, stop me. I'm looking at the comments. It can be anything about this topic, yesterday's topic, or Reiki in general. So some other benefits of developing your intuition with Reiki is understanding your customers. So some of you guys on here are also entrepreneurs, or you also have your own business. So Reiki really helps you understand your customers and what their needs are, and your clients' needs, and how you can best serve them. If you don't have your business or you're not an entrepreneur, it can help you understand your coworkers at work. It can help you understand what a certain project needs. It can help you understand what kind of conversations you may need to have. So it helps you understand things on a whole new level. Trisha says, I like listening to you talk. You have a calming voice. Thank you, Trisha. I appreciate that. And Reiki can help you feel more relaxed, more calm, comfortable, happy with yourself and others. This ability to develop your intuition allows you to feel at ease, to feel comfortable, to feel calm, no matter what the situation is, no matter what you're dealing with, or even if you do get worked up, if you feel scared, if things start to roll out of control, you know that. You can see that that's happening. You can allow space for that to happen, and then you can come back to yourself and really recenter, reconnect your intuition and messages. So those are some benefits of developing your intuition. If that sounds awesome, put a comment below. I have truly found that Reiki was what started me to believe in my own self, believe in my intuition, and believe in these gifts. Okay. Just doing a quick time check. Okay, doing good. So again, I want to talk a little bit, because Lee asked an awesome question yesterday about Reiki energy, and do we all have the ability to heal with Reiki? And the answer is absolutely yes. We all have this ability to access this healing energy. Our Reiki course is perfect to be shown how to access it, how to use it, all that beautiful stuff. But same with your intuition. We all have this ability to connect to our intuition and our instincts. Sometimes it's the way that we were raised, sometimes it's the way that our culture is, that we just become so disconnected, we begin to doubt all of those sensations and feelings in ourselves until we feel like we don't even know what's real anymore. We can't trust ourselves, we can't move forward when we can't trust ourselves. It's very difficult to feel grounded and secure and safe in your life if you don't have that strong connection to your intuition, because it feels like you have to trust everybody else. And what happens if 10 people are telling you 10 different things? How are you going to figure that out? You're going to feel really confused, you're going to feel really overwhelmed, you're going to feel like you just don't know which direction to move in, so you're probably not going to move. You're probably going to be stagnant, or you're going to regret the decision later on. So the more that we develop our intuition, the more we can decipher what we need, what's important for us, and then when you move forward in the world in that way, knowing what you need, you are of so much more service to other people. You also allow other people to begin to trust their own intuition as well. So that is a beautiful result of beginning to trust your intuition. Mariah says, yes, relate. Oh, good, 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 good. So a few questions have come up about chakras because I sent Reiki energy to your crown chakra yesterday. And I often mention chakras when I do the Reiki healing threads. So chakras are something that we will learn about in the Reiki training, but I just wanted to give you guys a little blurb. Chakras are energy centers, and they are tied to specific areas in our body. There are 7 main ones, and we'll talk about them all, but they're basically energy centers in your body. And when your chakras are clear, you're open to receiving. So they can get blocked for a lot of different reasons, but that's just the little teeniest snip about what chakras are, but just so you have an idea when I say that word, what it is. So your intuition is tied to your third eye chakra. So your third eye chakra is right here in the middle of your forehead, in between your brows. Mine feels a little bit higher, so that's where intuition comes in too. You begin to feel where your chakras really are on your body. So when we work with Reiki, we really clear these chakras, we open them, we allow ourselves to be clear. The Reiki energy just kind of like cleans and scrubs all that stuff that's gotten stuck so they can move again and circulate. So Reiki helps us clear them, which means that our third eye is cleared, and it's much easier to receive messages when our chakras are clear and open. Robbie says, how do you maintain healing with Reiki? How often if you're doing a session for others? I'm not sure if I understand the question. How do you maintain healing with Reiki? How often if you're doing a session for others? Could you rephrase it in a different way? How do you maintain healing with Reiki? Oh, do you mean how often does someone need to have a Reiki session to maintain the healing? I think that might be what you mean. Let me know if that's what you mean. Mariah says, so will you teach / help us how to work through blockages? Yes. So we will learn what blockages feel like, what the different sensations feel like, how we can work with Reiki. Reiki level 1 is all about self-healing. So we're going to learn what it feels like when we have blockages in our body, what some of those symptoms are. We are going to learn how to send Reiki to those areas. There's my husband. Hey.
Hey, sorry. I need socks.
So we will absolutely learn how to work through the blockages. Great question, Mariah. Robbie, I don't see a clarification, so I'm gonna go with my instinct on this one and just correct me if I'm picking up something else. You're welcome, Mariah. So, Robbie, I think what you're getting at is maybe how often someone has to go do Reiki if you're doing healing. Well, I'll answer that, and then if it's a different question, just let me know. So how often somebody needs to receive Reiki to move through something depends on what they're trying to heal. So if they're just healing one particular emotional block, it may take one session, it may take 3 sessions. It depends on how deep the block is, how resistant that person is to receiving Reiki, how open they are to receiving Reiki. It's really individual based. So that's where developing your intuition really comes in, of how much that person needs, of what they need. It certainly doesn't have to be a forever thing, but if you learn to practice Reiki on yourself, I would definitely say it's a forever thing, because you can constantly send loving, healing energy to yourself, which is a beautiful thing, a beautiful gift to yourself, no matter what's going on in your life, because there's always going to be something in the moment that we can heal, something from that day, something from the past. So the amount of healing that someone needs depends. If you are a Reiki practitioner and you can do self-healing, if you can do it daily, that's incredible. You're going to feel supercharged, clear, clean all the time, able to move through the world. Robbie says, stand to my connection. Yes, gotta love it. Yes, on point. Okay, good. I hope that answered it then. I would say anybody who is interested in Reiki healing, at least 3 sessions would be an awesome place to start, because your first session, if you've never had Reiki, is just experiencing, what does it feel like? What do I do? What does it look like? So there's all of kind of that mental stuff going on. In the second and third sessions, you can really allow yourself to just receive, notice the shifts in between sessions, really begin to notice what things are changing. So that's really key. Great. Great question. Any other questions? Whoop, totally changed the lighting. Okay, so chakras help us, Reiki helps us open the chakras, and when our chakras are open, we are able to more easily receive the messages from the universe, which is our intuition or our instinct. We begin to trust our intuition because with Reiki self-healing, what we'll talk about a lot is when you're doing healing on yourself, moving your hands from one place to another when you feel it. Not when you think it, but when you feel it. So we'll talk a lot about what does that mean? What does it feel like? How do you know? How do you know to move to the next place? And what's the difference between thinking and feeling that you need to move to the next place? So you'll begin to trust that intuition and play with that, waiting for the feeling sensation when you're doing self-healing. And then when you're doing healing for other people, you really begin to receive feedback on your intuitive instincts. So, for instance, if you're doing a healing on someone and you just feel like they really need it at their heart chakra, so you send Reiki to their heart chakra, and afterwards they say, oh my gosh, I've been dealing with all this grief, I just lost someone dear to me, or I've been thinking about something that happened in my past a lot. That is how you confirm your intuition. So the more that you trust your intuition when you're doing Reiki on yourself or other people and you receive the feedback from them, you're able to connect those dots and say, okay, that is really what I was feeling and this person confirmed it. So, for example, when I first started doing distance Reiki sessions, I was really nervous because I was like, I've only done Reiki in person. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. So what I would do is I practiced on my friends first. I would send them Reiki at a designated time. We wouldn't hop on a call or anything. And I would just intuitively feel where they needed it. So for my best friend, I was doing it for her first, and I sent it to her heart chakra and third eye, I think, or possibly crown. It's been a few years, so I can't remember exactly. But it was heart chakra and her crown. So I sent all the energy there, and when we hopped on the call to chat about it, I said, I sent a lot of energy to your heart. And she was like, oh my gosh, I felt it. It was so warm. It was so beautiful. So she validated that. And then she said, I also really felt it in my crown chakra. So that validated it for me because I didn't say it first. She brought it up and I knew that that's where I had sent it to. So it's really neat, especially when you start to do distance Reiki, to feel how on point this stuff really is. And once you start practicing Reiki a lot, it just flows. It feels so natural. It feels so easy, and sometimes so easy that you begin to question, like, what's really going on here? But trust me, the more you work it, it just means that you're in the flow, you're receiving the messages, and you're being a clear channel. Robbie, do you work with pictures of people sometimes? I need to see them physically. Yes, so a lot of times if I'm doing the threads, if you guys have seen in other groups, where I'll do free Reiki healing for the first 10 people who comment, or even in this group, if I don't already know you, I'll usually click on your little picture bubble, and it just gives me some energetic, intuitive hits. I don't need a picture, but it definitely makes it stronger. And you can really, in the beginning, focus on where you're sending it on that person. You could really, like, place your hands over that part of the picture on them. It's not necessary, but it's a nice tool, and if that's something that you're called to, then you can absolutely do that in the beginning. I'll talk about this in the course too, but there are a lot of different ways that you can first practice distance Reiki. So you can practice with a pillow or with a doll, something that has kind of a human shape, so you can practice sending it. There are a lot of different things that we'll talk about on that line. Hello, if you're just hopping on, we are talking about Reiki and how it opens up your intuition. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're watching the replay and have questions, just put it in the comments. I'll be checking back. So that is what I had to talk about today. I am going to send you guys some Reiki again, and yeah. So I've been playing around with a couple places to send the Reiki to, so I want to hear what you think. First, I was going to send it to your heart chakra. So put a 1 in the comment if you want it sent to your heart chakra. You can wait to hear both options. 1 if you want it sent to your heart chakra, or 2 for me to just say, I'm sending Reiki exactly where it needs to go for you today, and then you'll practice your intuition and you'll practice feeling where you feel the different sensations in your body. I think that option might be awesome, but the heart chakra was also calling to me too, so let me know if you would prefer the heart chakra, which is 1, or if you would prefer more of the intuitive, let me know where you're feeling it, number 2. Robbie says 2. Hello. If you're just hopping on, Christina says 2. We're deciding where I'm going to send the Reiki to. So the options are your heart chakra, which would be a 1, or I'm going to send it and say, let the Reiki go exactly where it needs to go for you today, and then you'll let me know where you feel the sensation. So this is really playing on your intuition as well and helping you learn what that feels like. Okay, I see mostly 2s, which is awesome. I think that goes in line with what we've been talking about. Robbie says 2, Christina 2, Samantha 2, Christine 2. Okay, great. So Mariah says 2. Okay, good. That's what we're going to do. So, just like yesterday, get comfortable wherever you're at. Close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in. If you weren't on yesterday's call, Reiki can feel warm, it can feel tingly, you may feel like a spider web sensation, you may feel pulsing. A lot of times, Mariah says, I'm curious where it will go. Yes, allow it to go exactly where it needs to. So you could feel the sensations in a lot of ways. If you're new to Reiki, a lot of times it just feels like warmth, kind of a buzzing sensation somewhere. So take a nice deep breath in. And today we're just going to invite you to allow yourself to feel the Reiki energy, to allow yourself to be open to the universal energy of Reiki, to the beautiful healing power of Reiki. And today I'm going to send you Reiki immediately, powerfully, and exactly where it needs to go for you. So I'm going to begin to send the Reiki healing to you exactly where it needs to go in your body. In this moment, for the highest good, for the most healing for you. So breathe that in. You may begin to feel a pulsing sensation somewhere in your body. It may travel around. It may go to more than one place. So allow yourself to receive the healing energy. few moments of silence as I call in the symbols and really allow the energy to flow even faster. Take a nice deep breath in. It's really flowing now, so just allow yourself to receive it exactly where you need it today. Reiki energy is so powerful, so intuitive. It knows you on a cellular level. It knows where it needs to go. Your body knows how to ask for it. So we just need to allow the mind to step out of the way. Allow the mind to step out of the way so that you can receive the healing energy. Okay, and take a nice deep breath in as I begin to end the energy, knowing that it continues to move and shift through you for the next couple hours, maybe the next couple days, depending how much you received. So take a nice deep breath in. Open your eyes if you had them closed. And let me know where you felt it. Where did the Reiki go for you today? If you're just hopping on, make sure to go back to the beginning of the replay once it's up. We just finished a little mini Reiki healing. Today I sent it wherever you most needed to receive it today. So I'm just waiting for the comments to pop up of where you felt it and were you able to intuitively feel where it was going. Christina says, needed that, thank you, third eye and heart. Awesome. You're so welcome, Christina. Third eye and heart, that's really beautiful. So that's connecting your heart, love with your spiritual connection, really bridging that, that space between your spiritual connection and your love. Any others? Robbie says, wow, root and solar plexus. That's awesome. So that's really grounding for you and connecting into your personal power. So using your connection to the earth to connect into your personal power. Mariah says, upper chakras. I felt like I felt it up higher. Throat, third eye. Awesome. So upper chakras are really beautiful for spiritual connection. All of this talk about Reiki is opening spiritual connection. So that makes perfect sense. Robbie says, I feel calm now. Awesome. Yes, Reiki is a super calming energy. Tammy says, my hands, how funny. Maybe I need to jump back into my healing practices. Yes, they're probably calling your name, like resonating with that energy, saying, yes, yes, use your healing practices. Samantha says, still learning a lot, but it was strange. I felt it in my chest area first, then my head. But I had my eyes shut and was seeing the color yellow. That's awesome. So your chest area is usually your heart chakra, which is really connected to love. Your head, depending where your head, it could have been your crown chakra, your third eye, maybe by your ears. Just opening up all of that space. And then the color yellow is a very healing color. Usually Reiki energy is seen as a golden light, golden energy, so maybe that's what you were seeing. Yellow is also associated with the solar plexus chakra, so depending where you felt it in your chest area, your solar plexus is right near your sternum, so maybe that was it too. Christine said, my face tingles slightly and my nose. Awesome. So have you been having any sinus stuff or allergies? Maybe there's something coming on that needed to be cleared out. I feel Reiki as tingly a lot as well. Mariah said, I felt it in my base and lower back too. Awesome. So that's really grounding. Lower back is supportive. Lower back is connected to financial stuff sometimes. To a sense of self-worth and just knowing that you're trusted from the universe. Robbie says, actually had a flash of yellow and then all white. Beautiful. And you said solar, right, too? So Reiki can show up as pure white, as a golden yellow, and often we can see other colors associated with the chakras as well. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you guys all felt it. That is the power of Reiki. You can do it over a cell phone, over distance, over a live video, and it's just so powerful. So if you haven't checked out the first video, how Reiki helps us awaken our spiritual gifts, check that out. Today we talked about how it strengthens your intuition, and tomorrow we're going to talk about more of the level 2 stuff, so how you can use Reiki to honor yourself and honor other people. Okay, so just a little blurb about my class again. It is 8 weeks long, starts November 8th. You will be fully certified in Reiki level 1 and Reiki level 2, which means you'll be able to practice on other people. You can charge money for your services as well if that's something that calls to you. You will receive a manual, a Reiki binder that's got tons of amazing information. We'll use it for the course. And then you'll receive your attunement. So yesterday we talked about what an attunement is. So you'll receive the symbols, you'll receive the opening of your crown, heart, and palm chakras, and it's $350 for a certification course, which is a really awesome price. So $350, and the first 5 people who sign up get a one-on-one session with me, which is $120 value. So you can use your one-on-one session for healing, for Akashic record coaching, for whatever you want. One-on-one, 1 hour session with me to use as you want for the first 5 people who sign up. So the payment link is in the description of this video. If you have any questions about the class, please private message me, comment on here. I would be more than happy to answer them if you want to know any technical details or details about it before you hop in and sign up. Samantha Croft, great question. How does the actual class part work? So it's all taught over Zoom video conferencing. So it'll be very similar to this, where you'll be able to see my face, but you'll also be able to see the faces of everybody else in the class as well. So it's a live recording. The class is 6 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern. So we hop on a call, we all can interact, we can all talk to each other, you can see it over video. If you're not able to make the calls live, then I record the sessions as well, and I'll post them in a private Facebook group. So there'll be a private Facebook group for everybody who signs up for the course, where you can ask questions, where you can interact with each other, get to know each other, you can make connections of people that you want to practice with. That's where all the class notes will go, that's where all the video recordings will go. I hope that makes sense, Samantha. And Zoom is something that you can use on pretty much any device. Phone, computer. 6 to 7 p.m. each night for 8 weeks. No, 6 to 7 p.m. Wednesday night for 8 weeks. So just one night for 8 weeks. So it'll be 8 classes. Robbie says she can't wait. I'm so excited. She says, thank you. You're so welcome. Okay, well, before I hop off, any other questions? Samantha says, gotcha, good. I love answering questions, so feel free to throw anything, big, small, silly, serious, anything you want, throw it at me. Just gonna do a quick time check. Oh, been on almost 40 minutes, so a little bit longer than a half hour, but that's okay. Oh, okay, also, update. Because Bella, thank you Robbie for asking, look at your intuition's already on fire. So because Bella is resting tonight, first night home after surgery, I'm actually not going to do the crystal spotlight video tonight, but I will do it later on in this week. So I really hope you guys understand and appreciate that. I just want to take time to spend time with Bella tonight. So I'll do our regularly scheduled crystal spotlight video where I talk about a crystal at some point later in the week, possibly on Saturday too. And the 100 member giveaway. We passed 100 members. We're already moving way past, which is so exciting. It looks like the top choice is to do a live Akashic record coaching, which I think will be so awesome. So if you haven't voted yet, go to the thread that just type 100 in the search bar and it should bring you to the poll that says what you would like for the giveaway. Right now, Akashic Record thread is winning, so I think I'll do that on Saturday as well, probably midday, which works for most time zones, and I think that will be super fun. So yes, crystals will come later, and 100-person giveaway, I'll do a separate video about that too. Robbie says, I prayed for her. When I get back home, I will do a healing with crystal for her. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Robbie. That's so sweet. She's definitely uncomfortable. She's back home, though. They said she was an awesome patient. She's on her medicine. She's got to take it easy for a couple weeks. So I'll be home with her for the next couple days for the weekend, just hanging out and watching her. Right now, she is just resting. She was whining when we first hopped on the call, so she has stopped that. I think when she can rest and sleep, she feels a little bit better. So thank you for all the healing vibes for her. I know she'll be feeling better, stronger than ever as soon as she can heal from this. Mariah says, yes! I think Akashic Record Coaching thread will be so fun to do on live video. So I'm excited for that. Okay. Any final questions before I hop off? Hey, Miss Lisa Dove, just saw your little heart bubble. Papa Karas. Okay, well, if you do think of questions afterwards, just put it in this thread or message me, Emily Jean, and I'll get back to you. Okay, lots of love. Hope to see you guys signing up for the Reiki course. It's going to be incredible. There's lots of good energy around it. So love you all, and I will see you tomorrow.